That's brilliant, thank you. Scotch whisky industry has proved itself to be a very robust industry. We go back a long time. Making whisky is a long-term process, and you have to plan a long way ahead. So I think Scotch whisky business will take all of this in its stride. We will see what the politicians decide fairly soon, we hope. But in the meantime, we're just getting on with producing Scotch whisky because we know the demand globally, not just in Europe, but globally, is enormous for Scotch whisky and is growing rapidly. I think there's probably there are some concerns, obviously, when people start talking about tariffs. But I think a lot of common sense certainly on the side of the producers, both here and in Europe, that we hope that will translate across to the politicians as well. And that common sense will be applied. We have no desire to see tariffs being applied to, say, French wine, and we'd like to think that they've no desire to see tariffs being applied to Scotch whisky. So as long as we all proceed on that basis, then that should be fine.
Now today we've got a nice 21-year-old Winter Storm, a lovely Glenfiddich, made with the ice vine grapes, and it's a small batch. That's very pleasant. A bit, because my take on it, years ago, the Scots, when they went across they've been in, has it been a first fill? So basically it just comes off the boat. So here's a few drams for you to try. Hopefully you'll enjoy something out of here. There is a whisky for everybody. We'll sip it normally, and then we'll just add a little bit of water in without killing it. However, you can drink the whisky any way you want to do it, as long as you enjoy it and as long as you drink whisky. Slange ba. We'd hope that the government would start to negotiate away with the United States to reduce the tariffs. It is worrying. In Scotland, there's about 11,000 people that are employed in the whisky industry, but a lot of the whisky distilleries are small communities tucked away in rural areas in Scotland, and the actual communities are relying on this. So with the politicians using it as a political football, I hope they can put it at their feet and sort it and fix it.
It's amazing how
it just changes it.
Yeah.
And the whisky, now that it's coming, we know it's going to happen, so at least people will get the proper information rather than some scaremongering that's been out there. But I'd like to think that in this day and age with technology, people can cross the borders still very efficiently and without as much hassle. Again, we still like our holidays. We love the tourists in Scotland. I think the amount of tourists that go to whisky distilleries is going up and up all the time, and I certainly love it when tourists come in here. I just like to take the time out and explain to them about the whiskies, and I'll let them try little bits.